And we are beginning this bulletin with breaking news coming in. Amid ongoing Operation Sindoor, there's a crucial huddle that's going on in the national capital. This is a key meeting that's being held by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it's been attended by the Chief of the Navy, the Chief of the Air Force, and the Army as well. All three service chiefs are present at 7 LKM, which is the Prime Minister's official residence here. This is a key meeting that's happening just an hour before the DGMO-Level talks between India and Pakistan are scheduled to kick off at 12 noon at this point. Now, this, of course, comes in the light of the ceasefire that was declared on Saturday after 4 days of Operation Sindoor. Forces have made it clear that Operation Sindoor is indeed continuing. So this is a key meeting that's going on at 7 LKM, which is the Prime Minister's official residence here. This meeting has the service chiefs of all three forces, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, as they line up to discuss what's next here. Remember, the ceasefire was largely observed yesterday across the international border and the LOC, with the Indian Army reporting a first night of calm for the first time in several days, especially if not weeks. Now, of course, it remains to be seen as to what happens next at this point, because, of course, the Prime Minister made it clear that for a single bullet that is fired from the Pakistan side, the response will be in the form of a mortar shell. Let me go across to my colleague Pragya, who's joining us with more details. Pragya, take us through what is likely on the agenda of this key meeting that's happening at the Prime Minister's residence just 1 hour before the DGMO-level talks between India and Pakistan kick off.
Well, it is a very crucial meeting and certainly not an ordinary meeting. This is no ordinary time as well. And I would say that there is DGMO talks also. We have agreed in principle, but there are terms and conditions that are also need to be finalized for the ceasefire. Apart from that, there is Operation Sindoor that is still ongoing, is what the government has said. We are still to apprehend all the terrorists who were involved in Pahalgam terror attack. And government is also not trusting Pakistan as of now. What we are given to understand that there are many inputs that are coming in, intelligence input that are coming in, and that is specifically the reason why NSA is always present in these meetings when Tri-Services Chief and CDS also meets. So Rajnath Singh has also arrived. But we had also seen the integrated work that all the services, defense services did, and this is exactly the reason why no harm came to India. One missile that was also diffused and shot down at Sirsa, which Pakistan tried. They could not breach our airspace, and in fact it was we who breached their air defense system and caused them heavy casualties on their air bases as well. So all of that keeping in view, I would say that there is still some kind of tensions and some kind of intelligence input that the government is getting, and if there is a ceasefire, then it has to be very certain that Pakistan won't violate it. The terms and conditions has to be on the India's conditions as well. All of that will be kept in mind, and we are also looking at the larger perspective and larger politics, the geopolitical situation in the scenario, but we are also trying to assure that our borders are safe. There is no attack that can come from Pakistan. We also know that China is also involved in Pakistan. So all of that considering, we have to, prep up our defenses, and this is probably the reason why these meetings are, every day it has become a routine also feature. For past 4 days, this meeting is continuing.
Pragya, I can understand. Compose yourself. Let's meanwhile quickly go across to my very esteemed guests who are joining me in the studio at this point. I'm joined by Commander V.K. Jaitley, an ex-Navy veteran, and I'm also being joined by Colonel Shailendra Singh from my Noida studios. Let me begin with you, Commander Jaitley. We saw on Saturday itself that a ceasefire doesn't necessarily mean a ceasefire in terms of the guns falling short and Pakistan actually adhering to its word here. It's very important not to get swayed away with this momentary talk we have of peace or at least normalcy returning, because we understand that we are at any point just a few minutes away from yet another Pakistani betrayal. Keeping that in mind, what should be India's key agenda points to expect, or at least to stress forward on, as we go in for this DGMO meeting?
See, ceasefire doesn't mean stoppage of war or whatever the operation is going on. Ceasefire means just pausing for a moment for both the parties, and they mutually decide. And a phone call came from the Pakistan DGMO कि बाबा बस करो बहुत हो गया, and Indian DGMO agreed कि ठीक है. Yes, there was pressure from all over the world also. That's a different thing. So you can call it just.
All right.